Morning, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We are coming to you live here from the PhD Speed Gaming Expo, bringing you all the board game coverage all day long. And right now, we are joined with Charisse from Japanime Games. How you doing today, Charisse?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I love the playmat that you brought here.
Thank you.
But first and foremost, I wanted to ask you how your day's going so far.
It's good. I literally flew in 2 hours ago.
Oh.
So
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm excited to be here and see everyone. Yeah.
I mean, that's always good, but, right off the plane, there's a little bit of
I'm not going to say it wasn't a little bit anxiety-inducing, but, it's all right. It's got me pumped.
All right, perfect. So let's harness that adrenaline then,
Right.
and jump right into things. So what have you brought to show off to us today?
So this is Heart of Crown Fairy Garden. It is our new standalone base game for the Heart of Crown series.
Mm-hmm.
And with it, just to show people, because we have them now, I brought the Path Before Heaven and Six City Alliance expansions, which will be releasing later this year. They just add more princesses, more content, and a couple new mechanics to the game.
Fantastic. So I believe we showed this off at Gamma,
Mm-hmm.
the base game at least.
Yeah.
Can you give a brief run-through of what the game is, Heart of Crown is, for our viewers that maybe didn't get a chance to watch that coverage?
Sure. It is a deck-building card game, similar to Dominion, but very unique in its own right. The mechanics that make it unique are the chaining mechanics. The cards just tell you straight up if you get to play more cards. You can chain in different directions, which is kind of neat. The biggest difference is that instead of trying to have the most victory points at the end of the game, you are trying to get to a certain amount of victory points before everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that you collect victory points is you eventually have to back a princess, and you can't start collecting victory points until you've backed a princess.
So the game has kind of a two-phase feel to it, where in the beginning you're setting up rather, and then you're eventually backing your princess. So it's definitely got like a stage 1, stage 2 type of thing, which sets it apart from a lot of the other deck builders that we see.
Yeah, so in the first phase, you're just sort of trying to get your resources so you can back your princess. And with the Path Before Heaven expansion, you're also able to get support cards, which are just cards that give you additional unique abilities like your princess does. So you get 2 unique things that you can do. And if you use the princess from Path Before Heaven, you actually get 2 support cards when you back her.
Oh.
So 3 unique things that you can do.
So this brings a little bit more individual player powers, but once you draft those, so it gives you a little bit more unique playthroughs every time you play?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different combinations there's 10 different princesses, and then there's 10 different support cards, so there's a lot of different combinations that you can play. And then on top of that, you have, I forget how many, you have to play the game like 6 times to play through all the base game cards.
It's one of the things that I really liked when we were showing it off the first time is how you get the individual piles of those cards, where it's basically randomly assigned from drawing off the top of the deck and seeing what's added in there.
It keeps it kind of fresh because you're always sort of on edge, like, please don't buy that card. I need that card. There's only one in the pile. I don't know when that card's going to come up again.
Very cool. So you talked a little bit about the first expansion there. I'm sorry, I can't read the name sideways.
Oh,
like
Six
that.
City Alliance.
So what's the Six City Alliance expansion?
Six City Alliance is our biggest expansion for the set, for out of all of them, even the first 3 games. And it's 118 cards with the randomizers. And it mostly just adds a lot more to the market. Mostly it's actually market type cards like drawing and trading and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get a princess, and then it also has a misfortune mechanic. So it's similar to the curse cards, but the way that they work in your deck is different. So they can come up, and sometimes you want a misfortune card, sometimes you don't. It's very interesting how it plays into the game in general. And then the Path Before Heaven, the biggest thing that it adds is the support cards.
Okay. So when we showed off the space game before, we didn't have this beautiful playmat. Is this something that the viewers at home can get themselves, or is this unfortunately only a demo thing?
So this is our demo setup playmat, but actually we designed one that is 2 by 3 feet that is the same style, so same colors, same border, but it's a rectangle, and it actually has a spot similar to this for the support cards. It has the spots for the curse and misfortune cards.
So you thought ahead for the expansions.
Yeah, I'm a completionist, so when I design my setup playmats, I get really into it.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, we also have player setup playmats that are pink but the same style.
Nice.
So they have a spot for your princess to go, for your support card, for your play area, and also in the game you can keep cards. So once you have your domain and you have a princess, you can put a card and save it underneath one of your territories. So we put a slot for your kept cards also. And we have these cool little standees that I didn't bring with me, but they're in the other room. And so when you back a princess, like if I get her, I can get the standee to go with her, and the player setup playmat has a little spot for the standee to go.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can kind of visually, like when you're playing with multiple people, just kind of look around and be like, I see who your princess is.
Instead of having to like crane your neck across the table and be like, who are you playing as?
Right.
Again?
It's not needed, but it is convenient.
Well, I mean, having that nice little flavor element goes a long way into kind of personalizing the game a little bit more, giving it that the nicer feel.
Yeah, and considering that the size of the table you would need to play with that setup playmat and the player setup playmats, you probably need something visual that's standing up for you to easily be able to tell who's playing who.
Or set up binoculars, maybe. You know?
Yeah, exactly. The opera glasses,
Exactly.
because it's Heart of Crown.
So in the pre-stream, you were telling me a little bit about some events going on for Heart of Crown.
Yeah, so we have been promoting these retailer events where we are working with retailers. I'm sorry.
You blame it on the flight this morning.
Yep,
it's fine.
Totally. And
Do you need a glass of water?
No, I'm all right.
All right.
You can actually volunteer at your local game store and help run an event, or your local game store can just run an event with their own employees. And when we're doing that, we actually have a bunch of promotional items like promo cards and pins and things that we're giving out to help the store kind of like promote our games, but also like promote their business. And we're really excited about all of this. We have one for Kamigami Battles. Heart of Crown the Fairy Garden is our newest one, and we have a bunch coming out for pretty much every game we're releasing this year.
Fantastic. Now, talking about other games that you're releasing this year, is there any other games that you wanted to highlight that Japanime is bringing to the retail masses?
Yeah. We have Starlight Stage is going to be coming out, which is a drafting game. And then we also have Love Battle High School, which is a board game, sort of like you're in a harem anime, which is where there's a bunch of girls who want your affection, and you're trying to. It's actually like you're the fan watching the show, and you've chosen like, I want this girl to end up with the main character, and so you're trying to play the game to make sure your favorite girl ends up with the main character.
Okay.
So it's sort of like shipping.
Shipping the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like it.
So we're excited about those.
Very cool. So where can our viewers go to find more information about all of the upcoming and current releases from Japanime Games?
Our website is www.japanimegames.com.
I mean, that's pretty easy to remember
Yeah,
if you're a
it's
fan,
pretty easy.
right?
Yeah. Also, you can go to all of our social media stuff too.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today while I have you here?
We could talk forever if I continued. Yes, we have so many things.
I mean, Japanime, I've seen, has quite a few releases throughout the year, so you guys typically tend to keep busy.
Yeah, I have no worries about job security at this point.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
We
you.
really do appreciate it.
I appreciate you sticking through with me through my vocal issue.
Oh, no, that's fine. I've had far worse on stream, so don't worry about it. And thank all of you for watching at home. We're going to take a brief intermission right now, but we'll be back in just 1 minute with more coverage here from the PhD Speed Gaming Expo. As usual, I'm Matt. Have a good one, everyone.